What's up, everybody? It's Erin.
And Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Radio for your phone.
And your ear hole. A digital radio for the future.
Oh my gosh. What's up? How's everybody doing? I hope you're well.
Yeah.
We're, I guess, almost done with this year, huh?
Thank God. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Get
Bye.
the fuck out of here. No one wants you here. Does
Ugh.
she even go here?
Ugh. Tragic.
Truly awful. Yeah.
Well, we got a great show for you today. I
Mhm.
think
I
it's
think.
gonna get you in the holiday spirit. I think.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm drinking red wine for the occasion. I got red lipstick on for the occasion.
You look great. My hair's
Thanks.
wet. And I'm drinking a gin and tonic that Pete made me very last minute.
Oof.
Bless my
Angel.
sister-in-law. She came down from Alaska and brought us she replenished my stock of Amalga gin. Shout out to them. It's the best. You
That
can only
gin
get it
is
in Alaska.
So good.
Oh my God. It is heaven. So I'm having that.
Truly delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting nice and loose for Thanksgiving, everybody. We're gonna talk a little bit about that in a minute, but before we do we have any business?
No biz.
All right. No biz. Just go to our Patreon. It's patreon.com
Yeah.
/DTFU podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's some
good biz.
That's business like.
Yeah. That. I'll have the businesswoman special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, lots of fun content on there. We do all kinds of silly stuff on there. That's just more of this, just a little bit less filtered.
Mm-hmm.
Great taste, less filling. I don't know. Bad taste.
Or it's like extra.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the like? It's like DTFU mega.
Yeah, bad taste, more filling for sure. Terrible taste.
Worse taste, more filling.
Mm-hmm. It's extremely. I mean, you thought this was unfiltered.
Yeah. No, bitch. This is the lean cuisine to our Patreon's hungry man. You know what I mean?
God damn it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is. This is the
the Bud Heavy to your Bud Light.
Yes. This is the our Patreon's the Bud Heavy to the Bud Light of the podcast. This podcast that you're listening to right now is those like, remember when they made those Triscuits that were like thin and like lower calorie? They're like reduced sodium.
Yeah, trash. Yeah.
Yeah. That's this podcast. The Patreon, however, is the full flavor, full fat, full sodium Triscuit.
Well, okay. I want it to be, I'm looking for something like, this is a good
This
time.
is good. Yeah.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
This is
You're
champagne. Right. That is the champagne of beers. Why am I talking about beer so much? I don't know. Anyway. Miller Lite.
Like this, like the podcast is the Veuve and the and Patreon is the fucking, what's the really expensive one?
Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dom Perignon.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. We got there.
Fair enough. We got there. Jesus Christ. Well,
I love it.
Yeah, so we're we're on Patreon. It's very cool. And do we have anything fucked up this week?
No, I feel pretty good. I got boosted earlier though. And then well, I don't know if it was because of the booster or because I ate a bowl of chili and then did the Peloton.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not feeling great. It's hard to say what it is. We'll know more tomorrow or maybe like in an hour and a half.
Okay.
we'll see where we're at. But
we might have to cut this early. We'll see.
We'll see. If there's an abrupt, if you hear some hard edits, that's because we had no choice. If it sounds like we used the end to last week's episode, tacked on to the end of this one, then
that's what happened.
I had diarrhea. And I maybe didn't make it to the toilet. No. But also my hair is wet. And so also there might be some hard cuts in this episode if you're watching on YouTube where my hair is suddenly dry. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, I got boosted. I got the COVID booster the other day too, and like the day before, it was like, and it was. I felt totally. I was really worried I was gonna feel like shit, and I was great. I felt good. I don't know if it had anything to do with my large consumption of water, but
where am I? Hashtag hydrate.
Hydrate, yeah. But I was good. I even, I was like the next day, like went to lunch with a friend and had a midday beer and everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, so nice. Yeah, but your arm hurt, right?
My arm hurt real bad. Yeah,
mine hurts really bad already. Okay, so
but
I feel like that's it. Hopefully.
But it went away, and like the ibuprofen really helped. So those are my hot tips for
amazing
for you. Yeah.
Do you have a fucked up thing of the week?
No, everything's pretty hunky dory so far.
Good.
Just getting geared up for the holidays, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a tablescape.
Oh.
Because we're going to have DJ's family here and then my family the next day. Mm-hmm. Or, well, they'll be for the weekend, the Thanksgiving weekend. But like Thanksgiving proper, like we're going to have DJ's family here. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get my tablescape together.
Oh, my God.
I was like looking at pictures and like I could just walk around my neighborhood and like grab like fucking leaves from all these eucalyptus trees and magnolia trees and shit because
it'll smell good.
Yeah, it's like I have all the foliage here in my front yard, so I don't need to buy a fake garland or whatever, you know.
Yeah, although it might have bugs and stuff. How do you like clean it off before you put it on the dinner table?
Shit.
Oh my! What if there's like dog shit on it or something?
From a tree in the sky?
Oh, you'll take it off the tree? You won't pick up the fallen ones?
No,
okay.
No, I'm gonna go for a walk with my shears. And,
cute! Just fucking gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna say shit to me. Come on.
No. Yeah. It's one leaf.
Yeah.
It's one leaf. It's for the tablescape.
It's for the tablescape. I also have a magnolia tree in my front yard, so it's
oh,
mine.
Yeah, just use that. Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready for that. I'm not cooking anything, but with that in mind, this is like our topic. What we're talking about today is
oh my God,
Thanksgiving and the food we eat.
Yeah, we were talking offline about like why we got on the topic of ham. I don't even know. You know, sometimes that's just where the conversation goes. We
never know.
We can't control it, but we were just talking amongst ourselves about ham. And we're like, why do we eat ham? And then we're like, oh, maybe we should do like why we eat what we eat on Thanksgiving. And so that's how we got here. So we're going to talk about some of the traditional foods that we know and love and have come to be known and associated with the day.
Yeah, like these are the staple kind of things that the quintessential components to a Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah.
That we're going to talk about and why they are quintessential and why. Just why. Why do we have these foods? What's it all about?
And honestly,
it is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. And some of them, some of them, well, we're not going to get to all of them because I was also thinking like, man, you know, it's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. And like Thanksgiving's so different, like regionally and by like the culture you grew up in, like even in the US, you know, and like where you grew up. And it's just like what you have on your table is so specific, and we'll get into like a couple things that we have like in our own traditions that like maybe are Thanksgiving related. I have one that's I don't even know where it comes from.
Amazing. I love that. That's so exciting.
It's just something my grandma always made and we loved. So
I love that. Yeah, we've talked a lot about Thanksgiving in the past and how much we love it. It's one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah.
It is a quintessential American non-religious holiday, and it's a holiday for eating basically, and being thankful and being with your family, obviously,
but
or your chosen family. But that comes second. It's for eating.
It is specifically
for eating.
Yeah.
No other agenda other than, you pick fights with your racist cousin and tell him to fuck off and get in a huge fight. And,
yeah, you get grilled by your aunt who you don't even like anyway about like, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to get married? Blah, blah, blah. And you're just like,
yeah, you might have to deal with a QAnon conspiracy theorist, and Godspeed if you do.
For sure, anti-vax. Listen, we've all got one of them in our family.
100%.
100%.
Not any pity that's coming to my house, though.
Well, they're not allowed, I guess.
Not invited. Mm-mm.
Also, we should acknowledge, we know this is a problematic holiday for like so many reasons. Like, obviously, those reasons range from like colonization of the United States of America, and also tense family dynamics. Like there's just food, people who have interesting relationships with food. Listen, it's a lot. And also I'm dreading this year, if I'm being honest, because I lost my dad this year and my brother doesn't live in California anymore. So it's going to be very pared down. I think it'll still be nice to get together, but it's going to be very different. So, I'm not looking forward to that. But on the other hand, I do get to eat my emotions. And I'm very good at that.
Oh, same. My God. Oh, man.
It's all your favorite foods. Like it's all your traditions. It's comfort.
It is comfort for a lot of people. Some people it's definitely not. Some people it's stress, and your family sucks at cooking and it's disgusting. I don't know.
Maybe.
That fucking sucks.
Or like if you're, one of the most memorable but like maybe hardest Thanksgivings I ever had. No, it wasn't hard, but like was when I was in college and I went to a friend's family's house, and it just feels weird. It's like when you go, well, I've never been to Pete's house for Thanksgiving because that was my holiday. So we were either here or by ourselves in New York. But like I guess this is fucked up. I'm just like I can't spend. No, this is like my family holiday. We've done Christmas with his family. Yeah.
You're saying this is the expectation for me in our relationship, and like I'm that's lay those ground rules.
Yes,
lay those ground rules.
So I don't even know if it would feel weird, but it does feel weird when I've spent it not with my family.
100%. It's I mean, we lived on the East Coast for so long, and we would go home for Thanksgiving most of the time, but a lot of the time we couldn't because it was too hard. We needed like more time off to go and spend that holiday, and it was just
it's expensive to fly.
It was very
that
expensive.
Time of year, and it was broke as fuck.
I know, same. Yeah. We were broke as fuck, and we just it was hard. So we spent a lot of Thanksgivings on the East Coast, just cooking at home or just like doing Friendsgivings, whatever. So, however you celebrate, if you celebrate at all, I mean, and, a lot of people are vegetarians or vegan and do not partake in a lot of the traditional, well,
just the turkey. Everything else I feel like is pretty
you
like
figure out,
like vegetable friendly.
Yeah, for sure. But like some stuff is like maybe you don't like either. So we're gonna just like talk about all this shit and
oh my God,
why I just like I feel like we've talked a lot about Thanksgiving, but we've never really talked about or even questioned the very core of the holiday, which are the foods that we eat on this day, and why. Like, why is why is there turkey and cranberry sauce and stuff? Why is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's delicious and
Oh my
comforting
God.
to us, but is it actually weird? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Like, does
from
it
like
make sense?
from an outsider's perspective, like, do you, like, if you're from another country and you see what we eat, is that like, does that sound disgusting to you? I promise you it's not, but like, I don't know.
But we don't know, because let me ask this. If you are not American and you come to the US and you're at like a sandwich place and it's like a Thanksgiving quote unquote sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
It has turkey, maybe there's stuffing on it, maybe there's cranberry sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ordered that as someone who doesn't have an understanding of Thanksgiving and like the flavor profiles, do you like it? Does it taste good?
I mean, these are hard questions.
We can't unpack it. It's like we can't even separate it. You know what I mean?
We've been conditioned not just from our own childhood, but for generations and centuries of tradition to accept these foods as normal and good.
Yeah.
Like, are these foods even objectively good? Is like what we're wondering. I think they are.
I don't know.
Of course they are.
Turkey? I don't think I like it.
I mean, some people will argue that there has never been a turkey that is not dry, and
that's why gravy exists.
I've had some good ass non-dry turkeys, so that's why everybody loves dark meat. Not everybody, I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's rant and rave and give you some food for thought.
Oh, bitch. Is that the episode title? Yep. Ooh. Maybe. We'll see if we top it.
We'll see. We're talking turkey. That could be it. That's what I named the notes. Well, just a little background. We all know the like whitewashed lore of how Thanksgiving came to be. As pilgrims and indigenous people coming together. There is written records of this event on December. It happened actually in December.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, it might have just been when the letter was written. I don't know about the actual date, but on December 11th, 1621, a man named Edward Winslow of the Plymouth Plantation wrote a letter in hopes of attracting more colonists. And in it, he described a 3-day feast shared by the Plymouth settlers and the local, what?
We get one fucking day.
I know.
It was 3 days?
Yeah. Well, that's since been transformed into Black Friday. So, yeah, we've of course, in America, have made it about consumerism.
Hate it.
That came later though, but yeah, so it was with these Plymouth colonizers and the local Wampanoag tribe. And Winslow's firsthand account of the first Thanksgiving included no like actual mention of turkey. He does, however, mention that they gathered wild fowl for the meal. So that could have been like, you know, geese or pheasants or, you know, something along those lines.
Yeah.
But
I think it's also likely too, like historians have said, maybe they even had fish.
Yeah, that's actually like I was looking at traditional Thanksgiving menus, and the fish is usually included on the menu. So
interesting. Maybe that's why we put oysters in stuffing, and by we I don't mean my family, but people.
No, that's like very East Coast. So this is like New England,
right? And
whatever was in season, and you know, obviously indigenous to the land of that time. So, yeah, I think turkeys were abundant in that area, which is why some people have, you know, kind of concluded that maybe that is what they ate. And again, this went on for like a few days, so they had multiple types of food all through those days. So wild fowl of some sort, whether that was a turkey or not for sure, but maybe. But ducks, geese, it's all good. I don't know. I've never had goose before, but I've had duck, and it's pretty good. Yeah, many people do think that it was a turkey, though, like I said, because they were abundant in that area at the time.
Yeah.
But the use of the turkey in the United States for Thanksgiving precedes Lincoln nationalized this holiday in 1863. But people before that was made official had already been doing this Thanksgiving meal.
It was already trending.
And it was already trending, and turkey was already the main event for most people's Thanksgiving meal. And we have evidence of this because in her novel, Northwood, or A Tale of New England from 1827, Sarah Josepha Hale devoted an entire chapter to Thanksgiving dinner, emphasizing many of the foods that are now considered traditional. So this has been literal centuries of people eating
this
menu. what we now still eat.
The major tenets of it. We're going to talk about some stuff that's a lot newer.
Yes. Now we all eat turkey. Not all, but for the most part, most people eat turkey. And a lot of the sides we eat are also loosely based on what historians thought may have been included in that first feast. Cranberry, breads of, whatever make.
Yeah.
We have stuffing, but they probably did not have that.
Breads of every ilk.
Breads of every ilk. Corn and, anything and everything that would have been native and in season that time of the year in New England back in the 1600s.
Wow.
And so very cool that it's persisted for so long. Now let me just spit a couple facts at you.
Okay.
I'm disturbing.
Ready. Oh.
Did you know that Thanksgiving may be the largest eating event in the United States, as measured by retail sales for food and beverages and by estimates of individual food intake?
Yeah. Well, what other day would it be?
I don't know.
We've already established this is an eating holiday. There's almost no other purpose. Yeah. We never went around the table and were like, everybody say what you're thankful for. We never did that. No, because also we were always at the kids' table, for most of even my adult life, we didn't fit at my grandma's house around the adult table. I never graduated to that table, and now we don't celebrate that anymore. Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
There was never room for us because the table didn't get bigger. We all became adults. We all got partners. So I never sat there, but I heard it wasn't very fun anyway. And so we all just I was at the kids' table, baby. Forever. Yeah.
Forever. I mean, shit. We just my family always talked about politics and we would have normal. Very existential conversations about everything. So it was nice.
And you host it now, which means you are at the adult table. Yeah. That's how you get there.
Yeah, you gotta make it happen. Yeah. Our kids' table is gonna be just Jack and his cousin this year, and they're just gonna sit at the kitchen.
Cute.
Little island. So, and I got them little coloring placemats and stickers and stuff. Yeah,
cute.
Thanksgiving themed. It's real cute.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So we just we eat a lot. It is what it is.
That's the day, yeah.
And then one more fact. Did you know that people often consume as much as 3,000 or 4,000 calories during the course of the dinner?
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Oh, my God.
I mean.
It's a rough day.
Do you eat late in the day? Because we eat at 3.
I don't know what we're doing this year. Because it's just Pete and me and my mom. So we're doing whatever we want. But
what do you traditionally do? What do you what have you done with your family in the past?
When it used to be at my grandma's house, we'd eat. This is the fucking thing, because she'd always be like, nobody eat lunch. We weren't allowed to eat lunch. No one was.
No.
They would maybe.
It's a graze, yeah.
Yeah, well, we would always set out. No, not even. There wasn't even food out except like maybe a charcuterie / vegetable tray, which was like a more recent addition. And always she made guacamole, a huge thing of guac. When that was gone, you're done. So, and then it would always be like, nobody eat lunch and we're going to eat around 5. And it was never ready at 5.
No.
It was always ready at like 7. And so everyone's drunk, starving. Angry, like
grouchy.
People, yeah,
everybody's
tired,
on edge,
passed out, yeah, like who knows? It was bad.
Everybody's like distracted watching football and doesn't even want to come eat it, even when it's done. I know, yeah.
It's like it was brutal. So you had to eat a big breakfast and then really pace yourself with the guacamole and the ham or whatever someone put out.
We learned the hard way. Yes, we used to do that, and then we were like, we're not we're only going to eat around 2 or 3 period, and then everybody goes home around like like 8 or 9,
and you want to enjoy it too. It's like,
yes,
if you're waiting
it's a
all
long
day,
meal.
If you're waiting all day and you're starving, you're not you are just gonna like eat it so quickly and then feel sick and not even like think about it. It's like,
because
you want to sit and
because then what you do is you have like the big main event in the middle of the day, like in the like late afternoon.
Yeah.
And then you go and you keep drinking and like you put stuff away or whatever, or leave it out, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you come back a few hours later and make yourself a little sandwich, like a little turkey sandwich with a roll, like, and then you like watch football and you get your glass of wine and you fucking take a nap maybe. Or what we like to do is go for a walk around the block,
that's
like
nice. Yeah, we would go on walks.
Just keep it chill. But that's the key, I think, with this big ass fucking calorie laden meal is you gotta
pace yourself.
Gotta pace yourself. You gotta be smart about it. So
you gotta make sure you spread it out so that you can enjoy it and like have all the things and not like miss out on anything because you were too full too quickly or whatever because your stomach shrunk because you've been waiting all day.
Yeah,
there's a strategy to it, is what
there
we're saying.
is a strategy, and I feel like we've gotten better at it as we've had many more of them, more Thanksgiving dinners.
It takes making it casual because I think that's the issue with how my Thanksgivings were growing up. Is like sometimes we would even do 2 in a day. We'd go to my dad's mom's house and then we'd go to my mom's house. That was a lot. But
brutal.
You know what? No, but you know what? More enjoyable because I would pick my favorite foods at each house. Like, I like this grandma's green beans better. I'm going to eat those here. And then when I go to my other grandma's house, I'm going to eat the stuffing. You know what I mean? Like
I can't stop myself. I'll just eat everything.
I really had to play the long game. It was a long day, but I do think it was so regimented, and I think like you're saying, it needs to be like kind of casual and like, hey, we're gonna like eat early, and then we're just gonna hang out, and if you want to eat more, you eat more, and if not, that's cool. But like,
also, like, I don't want everybody there until like
I know
super late at night, unless you're spending the night, but. I don't know. Like, that's how it was at my grandma's house. Like, we'd all, like, we'd do the dinner. And we'd eat for, like, we'd sit at the table for, like, a solid 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
And so by then it's, like, 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'd break up and we'd go watch some football or whatever. Then we'd come back to the table, have a cup of coffee, and play Mexican Train. Like, that's what we would do.
How nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And then eat pie,
Oh yeah.
And then it's 8:00, and then it's like, well, let's go home.
No, because we always ate so late. It's like we had to do the pie right behind.
No, you
We'd
can't.
eat.
How?
We'd clear all the plates. Me and my female cousins. Fucking, I hate this.
And you'd have to do the dishes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck that. I always refused. I was like, I'm gonna go outside and talk to the guys and drink a beer.
No, we weren't allowed. My grandma would not let that happen. And also all the dishes were very fancy. So like they were like the fancy thing. So we had to be very careful. And then so we'd do that as quickly as we could and like load up all the dishwashers and like just like get it to a good place. And then we'd have pie. Yep. And then it's like fucking 11 p.m. You're like, get me out of here.
It's not the way, man.
No, you already have heartburn. It was a long day. Oh my God.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, if you time it right, it's not so gross.
What we're saying is you can strategize to make it less gross.
Yeah,
you can strategize. Listen, you're still going to eat the 3,000 to 4,000 calories over the course of the day. We're not saying not to. I'm saying do it.
And if you are like, yes, this is like, if you are interested in what I'm saying, and I'm selling you on this, but your grandma or your mom or your you know, your aunt,
or your
whatever,
friend,
your friend, whoever,
yeah,
they're insisting on a later dinner. Have them listen to this, and, or you know, just take the key points from my argument and let them know how much better it is.
I feel like we should write and publish a book on like. I think we could offer a couple different strategies to Thanksgiving based on like what your situation is. Like if your grandma's starving you all day in preparation, pack a snack. Like
or be you know, proactive and be like, I'll take care of the charcuterie board for the family, whatever,
and
or
make a good one that's like filling.
Or just bring a shit ton of snacks that everybody will be down to eat.
Yeah.
So
get a fucking get a fucking party sub middle of the day.
Or
everybody gets just a slice. Like no one's eating a whole sandwich. Everyone's eating like a knuckle of a sandwich. You know what I mean?
I'm looking for a little bit of a lighter vibe. You know, maybe like
get a tuna one.
Like I'm talking like a fruit tray, a veggie tray. Like that's the vibe. Anyway, that's the jam. So
I just remembered one year I think my uncles went to like Carl's Jr. and got a couple like people were starving, Erin. It was he snuck
You're ready to cannibalize each other.
Dude, it was See,
this is the thing. This is what you don't want. If your grandma knew that this was happening, she would be mortified.
She would be pissed. So mad.
The preparation needs to be from top down.
Oh, I don't know.
Ready to go.
And also, I will say this last thing, and this will go in the book as well. As you age, let people help you.
Yeah.
Delegate, because my grandma was getting older and doing all this. I mean, it would put her out for like a week after. She was so exhausted from
It's exhausting.
Thanksgiving.
It's very, very exhausting and hard to host.
Yeah. She was cooking for like 20 people. I mean, that's my, you know, that was that side of the family. It was a lot. And she was a little old lady. All right. Should we talk about some specific dishes and their origins?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are specific dishes that were not celebrated necessarily in the form that we have them now on the first Thanksgiving.
Yeah. We're going to talk about some of the things that these are dishes that are definitely like traditional to Thanksgiving, but maybe the origin of it isn't necessarily the first giving. The first Thanksgiving, but came later. Anyway, this first one anyway. Some of the other ones we're going to talk about were potentially in some form or another at the first Thanksgiving. But this one definitely isn't. But it is a very celebrated dish. It's iconic. It's giving me Thanksgiving vibes. It's the casserole with the most, and it's super moist.
It's giving cheese. It's giving onion. It's giving life. It is.
Is there
so
cheese
good.
in it?
Absolutely, bitch.
Oh, bitch! Not in mine.
Oh, honey.
Oh my God. Well, maybe this is why we don't have it at my Thanksgiving, because we've never elevated it with cheese. It's green bean casserole. Those crispy onions, I will eat those out of the tin.
Give me. This is like, I think I started out hating green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Like
it's an acquired taste, like a good scotch.
It was not a appealing dish to me, but then it has since become, as I've gotten older and developed a more sophisticated palate. It has become my favorite side dish, I think.
You know why?
Thanksgiving.
The bad rap comes from 1,000% the color. It's the grayest food.
See, this is why you need to make sure that your green beans are like nice and blanched so that you you shock them so they stay green.
And
and you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then when you put it in the oven, they don't like get all like mushy and gross.
Yeah.
There's methods, okay, that you can adopt, and you gotta you don't just use the cream and mushroom soup. You use like you saute whole mushroom, not whole mushrooms, but real mushrooms.
Yeah.
And to mix them with it. Anyway.
Oh, yours is very elevated.
You got to elevate it.
You save me some this year and give it to me.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you. I want some.
Okay.
Because I just tried I sent Erin a message earlier. I got these green bean casserole bites from Trader Joe's and I put them in the oven. Excuse me. They were, the phyllo dough. They're like little cups of phyllo dough filled with the casserole. The phyllo dough tasted like raw. Like it wasn't raw, but it was like floury and there was just too much of it and I couldn't taste the casserole.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, so they weren't very good.
Okay.
Trader Joe's, listen, they don't always hit the mark.
It was a bit of a miss.
It was a bit of a miss. Okay, but green bean casserole. Who did this? Who is responsible for this? There can only be one. And we know it's Campbell's.
Campbell's soup. Yep.
This dish is straight up soup propaganda.
Good soup. It's good soup.
It's a way to get people to buy a soup that is otherwise probably not bought throughout the year, but I think you're going to disagree with me later, according to the notes. But listen, I think most people buy it for the purpose of making this casserole, whether it's at Thanksgiving.
Cream of mushroom soup is what you're
cream of mushroom
about.
soup. Yeah, specifically. They have so many flavors. Oh my God.
Yeah.
More than 31, I'd say. Would you?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that Baskin Robbins?
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So this casserole was developed by Dorcas Riley.
Hot. I bring back. Listen, all these bring
back Dorcas.
All these Depression era names are coming back into style, and I bring back Dorcas, man.
It's spelled, luckily not with a K, but it's spelled with a C. But it's like, if it was spelled with a K, it would be Dorkus, Dorcas. But it's a C. Maybe it's like Dorsus?
It's Dorcas. It's like, I think it's like Greek, right? I don't know. Who's to say? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. But, Dorcas Riley, she's Irish, right?
It's American as fuck. Yeah, it's Irish. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Don't listen to me.
Maybe
I've already drank wine.
Yeah, maybe it's Gaelic and like we're pronouncing. It's like how Saoirse is spelled like Sorcy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dorcas is really
Dorsha.
Dorsha.
Or like Diana.
Yeah, it's actually Diana.
Like, how are you getting that? Okay. Well, Dorcas was a member of the Home Economics Department of Campbell's, which, why wasn't it just referred to as the like R&D, Research and Development Department?
Because this was 1950s and sexism.
Yeah. They're like, we're not going to pay you a food scientist salary, so you're the Home Economics Department. You get paid in soup.
Yeah. You get paid in soup.
Also,
soup for my family. The soup jokes are too much. Sorry.
Also, it's the condensed version, so.
You have to add water.
Yeah, sorry. Hopefully you have water. Okay. Well, this dish earned the reputation of, quote unquote, the ultimate comfort food when it was like popular in the 50s, as the recipe was based on this is another quote, the two things most Americans always had on hand in the 1950s, green beans and Campbell's cream and mushroom soup.
Those are the two things every household had on hand in the 1950s. God. No wonder our grandparents were like practically malnourished. My God, it's just so insane.
We had green beans, Campbell's cream of mushroom condensed soup, Pepsodent toothpaste, and Tab.
Yeah, and Wonder Bread white bread.
Yeah. Oh my God! At least they had green beans.
Oh my God.
So the 1950s.
Yeah, I don't want to get
popular.
scurvy. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
they needed lemonade for that, I guess. I don't know.
So it was, as I was saying, the ultimate comfort food. Also, Campbell's cream and mushroom soup was created circa 1934, and even before this point, like it was a casserole staple, and so much so that it eventually became known in the Midwest as the quote-unquote Lutheran binder, because like people would just make church casseroles and that's what they used for the wet part.
Yeah.
They're like, let me pour this like wet gray soup into this chipped beef and see what happens. I think that sounds good.
I know, kind of.
I need it right now.
It's like gravy, you know?
It is.
Like,
it's gravy.
Yeah.
All right. So you like it?
I like it, yeah.
Well, a lot of people like it because Campbell's estimates that 40% of their current cream of mushroom sales go into this dish.
It makes total sense. I don't know when else I would buy it. I would never buy it unless I was actually making the chicken casserole that my mom makes, or beef stroganoff, which I've never made in my life, or green bean casserole, which I only make for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. The next thing, speaking of gross textures, is the canned cranberry sauce.
Gross.
I fucking love it.
Gross.
It's not a sauce, though. It's more of like a shelf-stable Jell-O, I would say.
A congealed fucking...
It's congealed.
Disgusting abomination.
Yeah.
It's rude as fuck to cranberry, okay? Cranberry is a delightful little fruit, and how dare...
Oh my God. See, I love it. I love that you could slice it. I love the tanginess of it, the texture of it. It just like is, I don't know why. My grandma would make cranberry sauce from scratch with like orange zest and like.
My mom makes both. Yeah.
I was like, gross. I don't want that one. I'm like, cut me off a slice of the canned stuff.
Absolutely not.
Oh
See,
my
you
God.
have to have both because like some people want.
You.
Yeah. Some people want the sick cranberry schmegma, and some people want the fucking.
And some people want the weird chunks with like the skin in it.
I want like a
barely
compote,
digestible.
You know, like a nice. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like where I could put it on a piece of bread and like it's like a jam basically.
You
like,
want a jam?
I want a cranberry jam.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and I want the skins removed. That's why I like the can, I think. There's no skins. There's no like weird parts. Okay, so obviously I don't think we need to say this, but well, we explained it was from the 50s, but you know, green bean casserole was not at the first Thanksgiving.
No, they did not have cream and mushroom soup then.
No.
They might have had some green beans. They might have had
and mushrooms.
You know, yeah.
They didn't have no fried onions.
No.
And that's what ties the whole dish together.
That's right.
That's the piece de resistance.
When you're making a casserole, I'm sorry to go back to casseroles, but
it deserves all the time.
A casserole has to have a crunchy top, like it has to. So, like
yes.
that's a rule, I think.
Otherwise, it's one note. That's why you put a breadcrumb. That's why you put a crumbly chip, a fried onion. Like it needs some sort of or a slivered almond. If not you, but people do. Mm-hmm. But that's why you need that like textural top.
It's like a savory strudel. Hey.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm not kidding. I think we should develop a recipe that like where green bean casserole is the base of a savory strudel and we figure out a way to make like a strudely top.
Mm-hmm.
Like where we like get some flour and butter involved with the like pulverized crunchy onions to make it like savory. What if we did that?
Let's do it.
I want to do it.
We're gonna make it's the fucking
DTFU home economics department.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, we're adult enough. We've lived enough life. We could do this.
I could figure it out. Yeah,
we can. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the cranberry sauce. Okay, so canned cranberry sauce, obviously not at the first Thanksgiving, but they also didn't even have like a bespoke cranberry sauce. Like they didn't even have like the, handmade one.
Yeah, but they did have cranberries, so that it's very possible they had them incorporated somehow, but not in the way.
It wasn't a sauce.
It wasn't a sauce. It wasn't
how we know it.
No.
And here's why, because sugar was very scarce and also a luxury during the time of the first Thanksgiving. So they could have eaten just like plain cranberries or maybe cranberry sweetened with maple syrup, but it wasn't on the table as a sauce until like 40 years later in 1663.
Yeah, they had to establish a better trade system to exploit all those countries that had sugar cane first.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did. And that's how they got pumpkin pie.
Oh, and right into it. Pumpkin pie. They did not have pumpkin pie at the first Thanksgiving because they might have had pumpkin, like, they might have used like pumpkin or just
sauteed.
Like in some way, in some form or fashion, they used the whatever they had on hand, like a delicious gourd of some sort.
Yeah, they put it on the charcuterie gourd.
The charcuterie gourd. Yeah, they had they probably had some like squash, and they could have had pumpkin incorporated. Like maybe they braised it, maybe they maybe they did something with it, but it wasn't mashed it up. Yeah, made some sort of something with it. But again, it was not a pumpkin pie. They didn't have the ability to cook a pie, basically.
Well, and they didn't have the ingredients because, again, sugar was scarce. And they didn't have flour and butter yet.
All that shit would have been very, very difficult to come by.
Yeah. But it came pretty quick.
Yeah. Like, well, once they were established and, had, again, their trade routes established, that's how that all came to be.
Yeah, the first pumpkin pie made an appearance as early as 1623. So it was just a little after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have had, like we have usually mashed potatoes. They could have had potatoes. They could have had some sort of starchy tuber, but maybe not like but
it's unlikely.
Not. It's unlikely. Yeah. I don't know if that was native to New England at the time, but
I don't think so. Potatoes, didn't Irish settlers bring potatoes over?
Yeah, but I think there's
other roots.
Yeah, there's other roots like a parsnip or something could have been there, but who's to say?
I mean, honestly, they really kind of like locked in the menu though, like within the next few years. Like we're talking about the fact that the first Thanksgiving didn't have these things, but it was like a couple of years later for some of these items, and then like they've been on the menu longer than they haven't at this point by far.
For sure.
So it's pretty this is a tradition that's lasted a very long time.
Yeah, everything's been in full effect since the 1600s, basically.
Long ass time. Okay, so let's talk about some of the traditions we have like in our own like families that maybe other people don't have. Okay, I was going to say that champagne was a tradition, but then one year my uncle, we talked him into putting, I think, a sausage in his nostril because we'd all drank too much. And
like a sausage link or
like a mini little, yeah. And then my mom got sober, and so that's not a part of it. And honestly, you know what? I don't miss the heartburn, because the last Thanksgiving that I went to where I was still drinking champagne on Thanksgiving, I remember waking up at like midnight, Like I wasn't even asleep that long, and I was
so
sick.
much sugar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's champagne will fuck your life up if you're not careful. But you only are good for like a glass or two, and that's it.
But what we got to the point where we were all hoarding champagne through the year to bring it to Thanksgiving, and then me and my aunts were like just drinking so much of it. Anyway, I'm glad that's over. Because it was
big bubbles, big troubles.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, but I will tell you, we do have one dish that was I still make it. It was a dish my grandma made, and I took it over for my family just so we have it. It's called this is not what my grandma called it, but this is what it's called: polenta dolce.
Okay. What did she call it?
Polenta dulce.
Oh,
which I guess could be what it is, but or Duce or something. I don't know, but I think it's polenta dolce.
Okay.
That's how you'd say it in Italian.
Yeah.
Based on the name, what do you think it is?
Is it sweet corn?
No, but it is sweet.
Is it sweet like cornmeal of some sort? Like that's what polenta is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's sweet though. Like
yeah.
So it's like a pudding?
Ooh. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. That's close. Yeah, I feel like you'll never guess it, and why would you? Because it's not named for what it is, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay. It's a misnomer. Yeah.
Okay, it's like totally random. So it sounds very Italian. It's not. It's the whitest thing you've ever heard of. It's fucking cream of wheat, butter and sugar, lemon juice, and lemon zest. You make the cream of wheat.
Dude, that sounds like another comfort food of mine.
Oh, it's good, but that's not where it ends. You refrigerate this at least 24 hours so it gets hard. Then you cut it into like bars, little bites, and then you dip it in egg wash and you roll it in pulverized Ritz cracker crumbs, and then you fry it in butter.
What, bitch?
Oh, bitch. Oh, I'll give you some. I'm making it this year.
I want some.
Okay. Oh my God. It is so good. My grandma we got to the point where, cause it would just be out like at room temperature all day, and then we'd eat it with dinner. But me and my cousins started eating it to the point where there wasn't any left when we got to dinner, cause she would starve us, And so then we started playing Where Did Graham Hide the Polenta? And we had every year she'd try and hide it from us, but then it became a game. And then when you found it, you'd tell the cousins you liked where it was. And
it's like finding the afikoman at Passover or something.
Yeah, it was like this fun game that like we'd all get into, and so we'd still eat it. And she'd be like, "Who's been eating it?" And then no one would fess up, but.
That's so cute.
It was really fun. God. And it's really good, but it's definitely not like an Italian dish, which I think it sounds like it is, but it's just an American type thing.
It's probably based on an Italian dish of some sort.
It could be. Yeah, like fried polenta. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. What do you have do you have any special? We know you have green bean casserole.
Love green bean. You do normal green beans.
Yeah,
we do green bean casserole. Sometimes we do latkes for Hanukkah because Hanukkah falls on Thanksgiving sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes Hanukkah is like closer to Christmas, but a lot like a couple of years ago it was like falling on Thanksgiving. It's after Thanksgiving, like a couple days. The first day of Hanukkah is after Thanksgiving
this year.
Year, but we're gonna actually like celebrate it with DJ's family a little, like just do like little gifts and stuff for the kids, and have like some dreidels and stuff out, and maybe like I don't think we probably won't light the menorah because
it's not time.
Doesn't make sense, but it's not time. But we'll do some Hanukkah-esque things. And maybe we'll make latkes. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. And so that's something we do sometimes if it works out. And then DJ and I do pineapple cocktails. And this is a ritual that DJ and I developed when we lived in DC and weren't going home for the for Thanksgiving specifically. Yeah. And so it this probably stemmed from my homesickness and seasonal depression.
Oh.
So I like wanted something tropical, something like, totally opposite of the time of year. Like it'd be cold as balls outside or snowing or whatever. And I wanted something totally opposite of the holiday of, just to be subversive in some way.
Yeah.
So we have one of those like pineapple core things, and we hollow out a pineapple basically, and then we make like either like a pina colada or like a painkiller or whatever.
Oh my God.
And put it in there.
Oh
So we'll always try to do some sort of like, tiki drink on Thanksgiving basically.
I
yeah.
love that. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's good and not traditional.
Not traditional, yeah.
But it is for you.
It is for us, yes.
Oh, I love that.
And so the last thing we'll talk about, and this is kind of where our conversation started when we got to this topic, like this whole topic, we were like talking about ham.
Yeah.
And why the fuck ham is a thing, and why is it always on Easter?
Yeah.
So apparently, historically, lamb was always the main course on Easter. And I think a lot of people still do lamb
I think so.
For Easter dinner. And it's definitely a thing. It like came from Jewish tradition for Passover. It's 3,000 years old.
Dang.
People doing not ham, but lamb.
They rhyme. Is that a coincidence? No.
Ham, lamb. So that's where like the shank bone for Passover, the Passover Seder plate comes from. But yeah, Jews do not do ham.
No.
It is not kosher.
Jesus was a Jew, just to remind everyone also.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where where did people get ham?
So ham, it came from the fact that lamb was popular in the U.S. like for a long time for Easter, but then in the U.S. like wool was really popular, so like lamb was like always on the menu. Mm-hmm. But during World War II, like wool or after, I think after the demand for wool began to wane because there was like more synthetic fabrics after World War II. Yes. So like wool started to like not be like a thing. And so fewer legs of lamb became available for Easter. And so then they had to like find some substitute meat basically, and ham became a really good alternative.
That's why it
to
rhymes.
Lamb.
That's why it rhymes.
Yep.
It's some ham marketing.
Yeah, it's Easter ham, not Easter lamb. And it was because farmers could preserve the meat and keep it during the winter months and then have it ready to go to market by the time spring arrived, and it was good to go. And ham also became a practical alternative for lamb because it was more affordable and came in a larger serving size. For example, in 1950, a leg of lamb cost around 74 cents, while a whole ham was available for about 62 cents. So, that's, you got to get those savings.
Oh my God.
And not to mention there's like ham is very versatile. You can put some brown sugar on it. You can put maple syrup on it. You can do pineapples. I would not do that, but a lot of food can't do what she does. So
I just had an out of body experience where I'm like, we're hosting a podcast and you just said ham is very versatile.
It is, bitch. I mean, she's doing what the other girls can't do. Yeah.
Oh my God. She's out here in eggs. She's on a sandwich. She has a brown sugar coating. She's honey baked, bitch.
Oh my God. My grandpa always gets a honey baked ham for Christmas. And
they're good.
That's what we would snack on before Christmas dinner usually.
The crust from the honey baked ham.
But man, it's so farty. And like I don't eat ham anymore, really.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I eat like prosciutto. I eat prosciutto, and I eat
all you eat
other
fancy ham.
I eat fancy ham.
You eat that upper class ham.
What are you gonna do?
You eat that international ham.
The Italian ham.
Yeah. A ham from Italy.
From Italy. Yeah. what about tamales though? Tamales for Christmas time.
Yes.
A lot of people in this world eat tamales on Christmas. My family included.
Yeah.
This is something that my family does because we're Mexican on my mom's side, and we're also like 6th generation Californians. So I think it's actually required.
Yeah.
So, but like the tradition of tamales dates back to like Mesoamerican times, way before Spanish colonizers arrived. Mesoamericans believe that God created humans from corn. So corn is very sacred. It is very important. And tamales are very special because it's like part of a ritual. It was part of a ritual offering to like wrap this corn-based, food.
Yeah.
And it was ritualistic and was a human stand-in kind of, instead of like human sacrifice, which, they don't do that. But to this day, a lot of sacred occasions, like, in Mexico, baptisms, first communions, wedding anniversaries, like quinceañeras, any big event, tamales are going to be there.
Yeah.
It's like having like a turkey at Thanksgiving, like you got to have it.
Yeah.
My family, we would get together and like make tamales, but it's like a huge undertaking. It's a lot of fucking work because you have to make the fillings.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure the masa is just right. Like
you got to
don't fuck around.
Pressure cook them.
You have to cook them in like a huge pot.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so much work. So we can't all get together. We just can't get it together like we used to be able to when I was younger. So
that's like
we just happily pay experts to do it for us.
That's like a ceremony in itself. Cause I remember
it is
like I have cousins that are Mexican, and when I was really little, and her parents got divorced, so that's why we stopped doing this. But I remember going to her house, and my aunt like would have all of her family over, and we got to participate in it a couple times, and like it's a whole like everybody's at different stations, everybody's like doing this together, and that's like the fun part about it. That's the part where, and this is why it's like sad to me that my grandma didn't let us be in the kitchen and like helping. I think that's why you all get together. It's like to do this thing together and be spending time together, that it's not for 1 or 2 people to be in the kitchen and the rest of you are like sitting out doing whatever. It's like you want to be spending time and talking and asking questions.
I think a potluck Thanksgiving is the way to go.
Yeah,
like
it's so nice.
Like if you're hosting, you do the turkey, sure.
Yeah.
But everybody else brings sides.
Yes.
And like you don't have to be relegated to the kitchen or, whatever for the entirety of the day.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to do 1,000 things at once and time everything. So
yeah. And we started doing that, I guess, as my grandma got older. But it was like the dumb shit. It's like someone bring the rolls, someone bring a salad, Or
like sprinkle the marshmallows on top of the sweet potato pie or whatever. Yeah. It's like, man.
I know. But I love these traditions of like making stuff together. I've already started like today I planted 2 seeds for my mom to make tamales this year. She's like, I've only used my Instant Pot twice. I'm like, ooh, it'd be really good in there, chili verde. And then I was like, also you can make tamales.
Dude, chili verde, I made the other day. It's so easy in the Instant Pot. Yeah,
I know. But you can make a filling one day, and then the next day you could pressure cook the tamales in there. So
it's just it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's just that was like the tradition of like everybody getting together, and you are in a room and you're taking up a lot of space and you're doing a lot of things all at once, and it's just like you have to get together on Christmas Eve and do it, and then the next day you eat them on Christmas Day.
So nice.
Yeah. So those are just a couple traditions that like I always wondered about, like why ham, why tamales on Christmas? Christmas is you know, it's just it's a special day. And tamales, I will eat tamales year round.
Yeah.
So
I've been so disappointed by so many tamales too in my life. I just need like one more good one to like win me back over, because I've stopped ordering them like at restaurants and stuff, because they're always, the ratio of filling to masa is off, and they're always, the filling's dry also, and I'm like, sauce this up. Let's get saucy.
Yeah. Well, it's hard because if it's too wet, then it'll fuck up the masa.
Yeah.
And you like the masa has to be
perfect.
like,
but then put a sauce on top.
Yeah.
You know, do something. Let's balance this dish out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. It's really, really tough. That's why we pay the experts to make them.
I know.
So
there's a lot of work.
Yep. Oh, well,
I'm hungry now.
I know. I really want a tamale. Oh,
I know. I would settle for, I don't know,
some chips and queso.
Yeah, truly.
I might get a snack.
I
don't
get
know.
a snack too.
Well, that's all I got. I'm like feeling very ready to like get into the holidays.
Too.
I was not not psyched per se, but after like talking and reminiscing and like going deep on some of the traditions that our family has, and like thinking about the memories I have like from past Thanksgivings and Christmases and all the meals we've had and all the fights that my family's gotten in. I'm ready. I'm ready to jump in. It's, it's different having kids too. It's like, it's all
and in a
lot.
pandemic, there's weird feelings, but we were talking before we started, everyone's being safe. Everyone's hopefully been boosted or can get boosted soon. And it's, feels like maybe definitely going to be more normal than last year in terms of getting together, hopefully. But who knows?
I hope you guys all are able to enjoy your holidays safely.
Yeah.
And just, enjoy the remaining months of this year if you can.
Ugh.
Also, and let's have a better 2022.
Oh my God, please. I mean, it couldn't be worse. It could,
but
I know.
Don't say
famous
that
last
shit.
Words. Okay.
All right. Well, we are hungry now and we're festive. We're ready.
Oh
I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Thank you so much for listening. Go follow us on all the social media. Send us pics of your busted ass or delicious Thanksgiving dinners. I don't know.
Send us pictures of your
on.
gray ass green bean casserole.
I love it. We love it. But yeah, that's all I got. Happy holidays. Happy Honda days.
Yay. Oh my God. Happy Honda days. 'Tis the season. Listen. Be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye.
Bye.